Hello, everybody, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on wherever you are. Thank you for being with us during the whole Meta Web3 Builder competition. This is Ali from Chain IDE. I am working here as an overseas community manager. So today is the day. Today is the day for the live demo and awards presentation. I am happy to announce that we got around 30 projects only within a month. And after the evaluation by the team from Chain IDE, NetJam, and Alibaba, 13 projects have been selected for the live demo, who will represent live demo today. And at the end of live demos, each 8 project will be selected as a winners. So we have 4 categories for the prizes. The first one is Golden Award, whose value is $5,000 and will be given to 1 project. The other one is Silver Award, and Silver Award value is $3,000 and will be given to 2 projects. And the third one is Bronze Award and will be given to 3 projects and the value is $1,000. The last one is Featured Award, whose amount is $2,000 and will be given to 2 projects. So the procedure is very simple. I will invite all the projects one by one, and each project will have 10 minutes for the presentation. And at the end of each project, we will have questioning, answering session. There will be some questions from our audience. We will be having a session for that at the end of each session. So please note that you will be given 10 minutes and you should finish your presentation within 10 minutes. And for the audience, I would like to inform all the audience, all the viewers on all the media channels, we have prepared a very special oath for this event. And the link for the oath is given in the video description. Please visit the video description and find the oath link, fill in the information, and we will send the oath to all the viewers who will fill the information given in the description. And at the end of each demos, we will invite Mr. Daniel. He is from Alibaba to announce the winners for this builder competition. So without taking any more time, I would like to invite our first team, Metopia, for their presentation of the project. Metopian Lucky Draw is a Web3 tool. They have many features and they have integrated a Lucky Draw also. That is a Web3 tool to create a secured and justified random lucky draw for Web3 communities. So I would like to invite Metopia team to introduce their project to the whole community. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Cool. Well, first things first, thank you so much for having us on. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly, and thanks for being with us.
Great. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction into what Metopia does, and then I will show the functions and the raffle that we've created. So essentially our motto or our slogan is to mint soulbound tokens as members' contribution ledger and to explore and unlock non-financialized governance on Metopia. Super simple. Our vision is to provide soulbound tokens as a dynamic reputation passport for all Web3 users. So on top of the non-transferable badge token, or we call the soulbound token, we also have a governance utility where we will be implementing reputation-based governance for different communities, different projects, and so on and so forth. So let me hop out of this presentation for now, and I shall share my screen. Google Chrome. So can you folks see this? All good?
Yeah, I can see.
Cool. So this is something that we've created. It's called the Lucky Draw, or in other words, it's a raffle system. In simple terms, we want this mechanism to be a platform for communities and organizations to be able to draw a random list of winners for their community or any participants. We've decided to go with VRF provided by Chainlink, who are currently supporting the likes of Pancake, Swap, RV Gotchis, the NBA, and a lot more reputable projects. Something that we have done is we've made it super customizable so that creators of the raffles are able to kind of whitelist or use different types of addresses or Discord roles to be able to join these types of raffles that they create. So without further ado, let's create a lucky draw. So this is super simple. We'll have the start times, the reward supplies, so how many people can join, the amount of rewards that will be given out, and the entry fee for the prize pool. So the start time is 1:05. It's currently 1 AM in New Zealand, actually. So I'm just going to change this time. Let's just say 3 minutes from now. Let's go. Yep. Super simple. And then we'll hit next. So we'll be able to do public. Private is coming soon. So private, you will be able to have specified NFT holders, addresses, and different Discord roles. So I'm just going to confirm this creation, which I will sign on MetaMask, which will take a minute or two, depending on how busy the network is right now. It should be done in the next couple of seconds. Cool, perfect. So now that that's done, let's join the lucky draw. And I will sign it through my MetaMask account. This also should take a couple of seconds. And then I want to join the raffle. I have to sign it again on MetaMask. Cool. So we have successfully joined the lottery. So while we wait for the time to tick by for the campaign to finish, I will head back to another screen share and I will get back to this presentation. So on top of the services that we provide when it comes to Metopia, folks will be able to, let's say, use governance and off-chain voting. So folks will be able to govern through fungible tokens, NFTs, Discord roles, and Soulbound tokens. And actually the function that I'm showing you here is actually the raffles through the campaign curation and the VRF verification. Cool, another minute. So who can issue these badges? Honestly, anyone can issue these badges. Influencers, DAOs, GameFi, DeFi, Web2, metaverses, individuals, and different types of NFT communities. Cool, so I believe the time is ticked over. I'll stop sharing the screen and we'll hop back into Google Chrome, where we shall draw the winners. Oh, might have to wait another minute actually for the campaign to finish. Cool, so now I can draw the winners. And in this case, obviously there will only be one winner because there was one entrant, aka me. And this will take about a couple of seconds to finish up. Obviously, we've decided to add the details, including the total participants, the start time, the end time. So it's pretty simple to follow. And so I've claimed that reward, and I'm just verifying it through the testnet BSC scan. And over here, you can see that I have successfully entered it through this over here. And then 5 seconds ago, I successfully claimed the token. So that's it in a nutshell. What we do, I'm happy to answer any questions if you guys have any. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation, and we have some questions we will quickly go through. You created a lucky draw, but I couldn't see any lucky draw name or something, some information about the lucky draw. Would you tell me about that?
Do you mind repeating that question? Sorry.
Yeah, you created a lucky draw, but I couldn't find any lucky draw name or any information about the lucky draw, like what it is, what it is about.
Right. So
Uh,
this is essentially a function for communities to be able to create these lucky draws, right? You know, obviously in the future you'll be able to customize the name and everything of the lucky draws, if that's what you're asking.
yeah. Like I couldn't find any information. Like how will I know what is and this lucky draw for actually? Yeah. And the other question is like some projects have some requirements like they say you need to join a Twitter, Discord, or Telegram. Then you can participate in the lucky draw. So do you want to implement that in future, or what are your thoughts about that?
Yes, definitely. It is something that a lot of projects like and require, as you mentioned. The Metopia platform currently have integrated the likes of Twitter verification, Discord verification, and we're looking to implement the Gitcoin passport as well, where you would essentially have your LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on and so forth. So that's something that we're looking into. And yeah.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. And I would suggest you to check some competitors or some other projects like this. I have searched like Hypeday, Gleam, Premint, Whitelist.xyz. They have also done something similar or something different than this. Thank you for the presentation and thank you for the amazing project.
Thank you so much, Ali. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
No, my pleasure. So the next project is Job Zura, which is a Web3 platform for getting jobs in Web3. So I would like to invite Job Zura team to present their project.
Hi, everyone. Thanks. Let me just share my screen. All right, perfect. Job Zura, we are a decentralized Web3 marketplace for jobs. You can think of it like Web3 Fiverr or Upwork, just decentralized and in Web3. So how did this get started? I'm a developer and I had many experiences with projects where it was kind of hard to build trust with anonymous people on both sides. So basically as a developer, you have to trust the anonymous person that you will get paid for the job, and they have to trust you that you will deliver on work. So it's kind of a chicken and egg problem, because who's going to take the risk of getting scammed basically. So what we decided to build is a Web3 marketplace for jobs. When you can log in with MetaMask, you can stay anonymous if you want to. You don't have to KYC. And basically, we will build a reputation system based on your actions on the blockchain and on our platform. And from this, people can decide whether you're trustworthy or not. And our purpose is to give everyone an equal opportunity, regardless of where they come from and what is their background. So people won't be paying you less if you come from India or some other developing countries, as opposed to as if you were from the States. And this is the gap that we are filling with Job Zero. Also, like if you compare it to Upwork and Fiverr, they charge like 15 to 20%, and most people pay with PayPal, which adds another 4 to 5%, which is kind of a lot. Whereas we plan to have only 4% fee and distribute this part of this to the token holders. Yeah, and we can see the gig market is growing year over year, so there's definitely demand for this. We do plan to be multi-chain. Currently, we support Polygon and Binance Smart Chain, and there are plans to add every EVM network to start with. Some of the things that we will offer is real yield from our token. Why? Because there's real value being generated on the platform, the exchange of services, and from there we can generate real yield, not just some Ponzinomics from the token that's inflated in infinity. We'll also offer crypto invoices. So basically, if you're offering a service, you'll be able to offer invoices to the company, so they'll be more likely to accept crypto. Because right now, the problem is when you work with companies, they don't like to accept crypto so much because they have issues with taxes and basically making everything work with their current system. We multi-chain. We'll create soul-bound tokens. on which we will build a reputation once they actually come out in the near future, we hope. Yeah, and in the current version, we have centralized decision making in case of disputes. However, long-term vision is to have this decentralized as well. Okay, now let me go ahead and show you the actual platform. So when you go to JobZura, you can put the usual filters, and you can filter out the jobs and all the available jobs. But we can also switch and go to the seller site, and then we can create a job. So let's say I want to create smart contracts. So smart contract development. And there's a category development. You have smart contract auditing, Mint website, access, sorry, fine. Custom smart contract. And then you would choose the pricing, the details, and everything. So, but here we have three options. We have the basic, we have the standard, we have the premium. So here you would just put the differentiators. So a basic smart contract, nothing complex. And you would choose a price. Say we want to do it in BNB tokens, and you put the price. Say 1-day delivery. Standard, you would do a few extra features. Say you want to charge more for this one because it's more complex. More time, say 3 days. Then for premium option, you would say completely custom contract. And it will cost this much. Say delivery time, say 7 days. Then you can add some pictures. Say this one looks nice. I know I don't have anything. Maybe this one looks more like contracts. And that's it. Your job is now published. And if you go and see under the buyer view, should show up. Yeah, here it is. Now, let's say we switch an account. Okay, and I can go and buy the service, or I can contact the seller first if I want to and make sure everything's fine. But let's just say I'll go and buy the service now. Okay, it prompts me to switch to Binance Smart Chain. It's fine. Go ahead and exit. Fine. Okay, let's wait. Yeah, it's done. Now we can go and see our orders. So here, first, when you buy service, the seller has to confirm the order so that we know when the server starts working. And after this, the order's in place. So I can go ahead and switch. Let's say, go to messaging, back to orders. Yeah, so after you confirm the order, basically, as a seller, you have to deliver the work, and then you can claim the payments afterwards, after you're done and the grace period is over. From the buyer side, what you can do basically is confirm delivery, so you're happy with the work, or you raise a dispute, in which case it means something went wrong. And then this is where the dispute resolution comes in place, because at the current rate it's centralized, so it will be done by our team, but down the line the plan is to decentralize this and have people stake Ethereum and stable coins, and based on their decision then the dispute is resolved. So yeah, if you're looking for Web3 opportunities, or if you're looking to find people in Web3, I invite you to check out our platform. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't find any logout option on your website. Is that needed? Or do you have that? Or I missed?
So the thing is with logout in Web3, right?
Yeah.
This goes for every website, because you currently
Yeah,
you
like
log in with MetaMask only, with the wallet. So you can't really log out from a website. Even other websites which say that you're logging out, you're not really disconnecting your wallet. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's fake, right? It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Whereas, yeah, with ours, you can, yeah, I'm not sharing the screen anymore, but basically you can change the wallet and now you're connected with different wallet in a sense, but there's no logout because you can't really log out when you connect with the MetaMask.
Okay, so currently you are supporting just MetaMask wallet, right?
Yes, we do have plans to add other features for login. For example, like the standard Google authentication with Facebook. So like you'd have like your Web2 logins and then the wallet logins. So it's easier for users to onboard the users. And the same
Yeah.
thing, like we also want to add other payment options. So there's like a fiat on-ramp. So users don't feel like they have to use crypto if they want to.
Okay, and the other thing is like integrating email. Do you think that is necessary? Like if I get an order, I don't check the platform, I wouldn't get to know like if I got an order or not on timely.
Definitely. So this is something we were actually discussing with the team, because in some people in Web3 that are more hardcore into Web3 would feel like this is intrusion for them. But what we decided in the end is to make it optional, so that if you want to, you can add it. Same way as, for example, if you want to, you'll be able to KYC, especially if you have like a company and you want to brand yourself. So we will probably add quite a lot of features that are optional to the platform.
Yeah, yeah. And what about customer support? Do you think that is also needed or not?
Initially, of course, I imagine there will be some issues. Then later on, making things more smooth, making it more standardized, more intuitive, then we believe there will be less and less customer support needed.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. And I have checked some similar projects to your idea. I would like to suggest, share with you, and maybe you can check later, and maybe they can help you to improve somehow. So Telnet protocol, Brain Trust, Crypto Jobs, Cleoverse, and Higher Vibes are some of the projects with the same ideas like you have presented. Maybe you can check them. And thank you so much. And your
Thank you
idea
very
is
much.
great.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next project is Next.id. Next.id is an identity protocol created by Dimension. So they are already here. Thanks for joining us, and you may start your presentation now.
Yeah, thanks, Sonny. I just turned on the camera, so I don't want you to feel so alone on the stage. Yeah. So let me get me started.
Yeah, sure.
Let me just sharing. So prepared PPTs, also some demos of us. So for us, Next.id is open source protocol. We aim to provide a comprehensive DID solutions for users. Of course, first developers first, then developers will use these SDKs on the apps to enable users to use their own user data. So in one sentence is your digital identities in one place. So why is this even happening, right? So we believe identities have this gap between Web 2 and Web 3. Like if we want to help users to migrating from the Twitter account, Facebook account to the Web 3 era, how does that going to happen, right? And the privacy and trust crisis happening right now, Web 2, and all these tech giants and platforms control users' data. So this is a bad thing because you're more like a data, not you're as a human being. And also we want this whole DID solution as an entrance to make Web3 socials. So because if we're not be able to define who you are and define who is the user, then we couldn't be able to define what's the behavior of this user, right? So this is the approach we're taking. And what we're doing here, we're providing open source SDKs for developers, for users, and for existing users as well. So first is for developers, like back to the Web 2 era. If right now you have development background you will instantly understand that back to the Web2 era, when you use like also authentications from maybe Google accounts or Apple ID or Facebook account, right? So it's the mechanisms to enable developers to register new users without typing your Gmails, typing your password as well. So make the user experience more very user friendly. So this is what we're heading to it. And of course, we want to enhance the security and know the onboarding frictions to use the app. So this is a quite big thing happening, and we're still like waiting for other techniques as zero knowledge to mature. Then we will provide this identity aggregation, like this whole identity graph network to open up for services. I will touch upon this topic in a few more slides. And so the connection of Web2 digital assets and identity to Web3, this is the original approaching. And we want to keep all your Web2 digital legacies, right? So for your transaction, then easy to prove you are with the DID and with a multi-dimensional information. And it's privacy reserved. And also, of course, originally, naturally can cross the chain protocol and allow the DID proxy to logging and communication, etc. And three core services we have right now is a proof service. So it's a network, the fundamental network that net users to register the account, then bounding all these accounts with Web2 IDs and also Web3 IDs. And then after that, we'll have this identity graph working in the relation services. And KV service is more like a snapshot of the approved service for developers to easy to extract the data. So this is a graph to help you quickly understand how it goes. So the core concept of a user should understand is the avatar. So Avatar, the movie, is also right now on air in cinema, if you know that. Like the main character, Jake, he controls, as a human being in Earth, he controls the body from Nami, right? So you can imagine Nami as a multiverse and metaverse, and the Avatar is where these people, Jake, he controls his bodies in the metaverse. So Avatar here at DID and Next ID is a public private key pair, and it's designed by one algorithm from elliptic curve cryptography, and we think this is where we think it's very different from the approach of MetaMask, those kind of EOA wallets. They perceive a private key pair as an account. We don't think it's true. We agree with it, like smart contract wallets, that your bank account it should be address. It's not a comparable, and it's not equal to your account. So we believe you use probably private key pair as your account, as your avatar, and then you use it as avatar, like you can see, control a small contract wallet address in Ethereum and use that to transfer, do all those capital finance actions you may need. Then you can use this avatar back into your Web2 accounts in Twitter or your Facebook or other chains as well. So use avatars, then it solves. So this is more like a tech structure of what we're working on Pro Service. So the platform is identity provider, and this whole service is distributed on decentralized architecture named as Arweave. And then when users register themselves as avatar and they do the bounding actions with Web2 accounts, maybe Twitter, maybe Kbase, maybe GitHub, etc., then they use this. They will use Next.id SDKs to authenticate the user data to any Dapps they want access to. It's more about graphs putting in. it's kind of too abstraction to you. I will show you the demo to make you more understanding. So this is for relations. Relations, it's more complicated. Like you have more than one avatars, right? You have avatar 1, avatar A, avatar B. Also, you have another accounts. All these accounts, Web2 IDs and DIDs can be structural linked to each other. So this is the demo for the identity graph. We designed a Web5.BUIDL. It's a small website. You can see it's a search that, let's see, we have, this is the founder of Must Network. So this is his domain name, slow networking. You can see pop out with all those Web2 IDs and Web3 DIDs linking to this domain. What should I say? It's a public address of avatar, one avatar of next.id. You can see we have so many other EMS domains as well. Also the Web2 IDs in Twitter and Lenses and other public address of Ethereum, like even K-base account, GitHub account, and also Discord account. So you can do it. Platforms we're supporting are keep growing. So maybe in the future you can connect it to PlayStation, Xbox as well. Also, you can see a visualization. I will give a little pause here because some of them may wonder, oh, is this gonna like need the user informations of the users, right? So I keep getting these questions a lot. So to make it more clear, we believe even in Web3 era, even if these zero knowledge proof tags are maturing, we believe it's also the users' their own responsibilities to keep them in safe, right? I will take one people as an example, like who is an NFTOG named as 6529 CryptoPunk. Like he never revealed his true identities. Even when he was showing himself at offline events, he was just with the Wiz and with the CryptoPunk avatar, but never shown or review himself. So this is also a thing I think is for users. You should keep in mind that never like reveal true identity of self within any of these Web2 IDs, also DIDs. So this is identity graph is like the major work for this open source protocol because open source just especially for several months. And at the end of this year, we are aiming to provide core services. Let's go back to slide. The next major steps is, like I mentioned, we will want to use this identity graph, enable users to do all services, right? Privacy reserved with ACL control, then authenticate the user data with any Dapps they want access to. And then the most important one, we want users to have this self-host VPS. VPS meaning virtual private server. So that's a server controlled totally by the user himself or herself. It's never controlled by any other platforms or groups. So this is a major thing we're working on, and it's going to be released in version 1.1 at the end of this month. And other advantages, of course, reliable, traceable data source in identity graph. And we want to complete this web social data plugin. And we have social graph in GraphQL data APIs. And also want to provide a user-friendly, equally user-friendly, all Web2 platform compatible user experience for developers, also users. So that's what we are going on direction. So all in all, we perceive the IDs is not only as decentralized IDs, it's also self-host and self-owned VPS. So no computational limits, no data storage limits, and expandable. And of course, it works like the movie in Avatar. So it represents yourself in the digital world. But keep in mind, just don't leak out like true identity information of self. And then we will provide authentications for all D apps on D platforms for user references to authenticate the personal informations, but still with privacy reserved. The last, we have, this project is initiated by Master Network, so we have some partners along the way. They're having working with us and to testify the data sources and all these approaches. It's like N3, WR3, SwapChat as well. And last, this is my Telegram. If you're interested in any questions on that, you can add me on this Telegram. Also, you can find me BUIDL on Twitter. And next.id, simply domains our website site and check the documentations, news, FAQs, and also our open source codes located next.id in github.com. Yep. Finished as my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation, and we are already out of time. And if audience have any question, they can ask you directly in your the Twitter account. Thank you for the presentation and thanks for your project. So I would like to invite now our next project team. Memebook is a smart Web3 community platform.
Hi, my name is Yuxing, Product Manager in CodeFly Labs. Memebook is a Web3 intelligent investment research community developed by CodeFly Labs. It is intended for beginning to intermediate users. You can easily obtain information about the Web3 world through intelligent recommendation and search engines, including news information, user post views, and real-time on-chain investment and research analysis. Also, you can monitor on-chain addresses, assets, and operations. When people first get in touch with Web3 world, they don't know where to find information. But in Memebook, you will get a direct view of what's happening in this world, what people curious about the most, and what's being discussed right now. You will be free to participate in community interaction. Let's shed some light on the dark forest of the Web3 world and get a clearer picture of it. Now let's take a look at Memebook. It consists of 3 main conceptions, and I will show how to use this demo platform. We will recommend the information you are interested in based on your historical operations and the token NFT you have in your address. If you haven't done anything yet, we will give you some of the most up-to-date information. So far, we have automatically aggregated content from over 15 media outlets. And then we will invite media and KOLs to join us. The latest smart deal has also been added to the information flow. You can use this flow as well as trade recommendations on the sidebar to discover the most profitable addresses. Go to the portfolio and see the distribution of the token they own, NFT they have, and their on-chain operations. Or you can search directly to an address which you're interested in, such as Vitalik, the creator of Ethereum. You can see what operations have been done on Vitalik's address recently. You can comment, repost, like, etc. Exchange ideas with other users. In addition to this, you can also search for token and NFT. Here we look at an example of searching NFT by image. Sometimes you see a great NFT and you want to buy it, but you don't know how to find it on the trading platform. Now there is a solution. Drag and drop the image to here, then the Memebook will help you to find the NFT collection. Go to the portfolio for more information. Or you can link directly to the trading platform. So, this is the Memebook demo platform. In the future, we will publish more functions in it, making more users get to know the Web3 world with a better experience. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, and the ideas are very unique, like fungible and non-fungible token can be shown and their values can also be shown. And that is very unique, hard to see in some other projects. And searching an NFT collection through an image, that is also very unique. So thank you for the project. And now I would like to invite our next project team, which is FundBrave. So yeah, FundBrave is a fundraising website where NGOs from anywhere in the world can register themselves, and anyone from anywhere in the world can fund them. So FundBrave team can start their presentation now.
Hi everyone, can you see my screen?
Yeah, Pascal can see your screen.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Pascal. So I'm here to present FundBrave. So the first question is, what is FundBrave? So FundBrave is a decentralized application built for individual and organization worldwide, where user can create a fundraising campaign, donate to a fundraiser with Ethereum ERC20 token. So FundBrave also integrates Web2 social network into its donation platform to make campaign discoverability and transaction easier than other Web3 alternatives. So that's basically what we do on FundBrave. So what inspired us to build FundBrave? So many non-profitable organizations aren't highly tech-oriented, especially in Web3. So diagonizing and solving online donation process issue can seem intimidating at first glance. So many non-profitable organizations don't know how to raise funds on Web3. That's why we created FundBrave to help them raise funds on Web3. But the ability to smoothly process online donation is of crucial importance for non-profitable organizations today. So FundBrave is a hub where people can connect with organizations and individuals who have actionable need and provide support directly. Another problem with non-profitable organizations is accountability. Oftentimes, we don't see how and where donations are allocated. Enabling peer-to-peer on-chain donation adds this layer of accountability. So on FundBrave, sometimes you donate to a non-profitable organization, you don't know what they are using the funds for, how much they are getting, and all that. But on FundBrave, we show you everything. It's transparent. You see what they are using your money for, how much they are getting, how much you donated to them, the date, the time, and everything. So what are the features of FundBrave? So FundBrave allows you to easily create a campaign with your desktop and mobile app. FundBrave works on mobile app and desktop. You only have to have MetaMask, Coinbase, or any other Web3 wallet installed on your phone, or it's essentially installed on your desktop. Then you can use FundBrave to do whatever you want. So another feature of FundBrave is that you can share your campaign on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, other social media. So we have Facebook, Twitter API integrated on Facebook. You can easily share it on all these social media networks for easily discoverability. Also, you can donate to campaign with any Web3 wallet you want. We support MetaMask, Binance, Trust Wallet, Coinbase, and other ones, so that you can say, oh, I don't have MetaMask, I can't make a donation. So you have other options to choose from. And also you get POAP for your donation, proof of attendance protocol. So that's the basic features of FundBrave. So why should I choose FundBrave? The reason why you should choose FundBrave is because all your donated tokens are stored on your own fundraising smart contract. So you have complete control over it. And also on FundBrave, you can set a new beneficiary and withdraw your funds anytime, anywhere around the world. There is no restriction on, oh, you can't do this, you are in this place, oh, you can't do that, it's this time. No, we don't put any restriction. You can change your beneficiary anytime you want. Also, you can share your campaign on any social media platform to get more people to know about what you are doing. So our future plan, so we plan on accepting multi-currency donation on FundBrave. And also we want to use Uniswap API to convert all the donated token to a stable token for the fundraiser. Sometimes when you donate, let's say $9 of an unstable token, tomorrow the person will shake it and it will be like $8 value. The fundraiser won't be happy about that. So we want to change everything to a stable token. If I donate $9 to you today, next month, if you check it, will still be $9. And also we will allow fundraiser to have multi-signature to authorize cryptocurrency transaction. So multi-signature requires at least 2 private keys to sign a transaction, making them more secure than a single signature. This is just to add more security to your campaign. So that's basically everything about FundBrave. Now I'll take you guys to FundBrave website to like demonstrate how everything works. So this is basically the home page of FundBrave. You can connect your wallet. You can choose MetaBank, Coinbase, and other wallets, and you can scan with your phone. Or if you don't have any wallet, you can choose over here to download the wallet and use. But I have MetaMask, so I will choose MetaMask. So I'll click next, connect. So now my account is connected. It is just the basic layout of FundBrave. This is how it works. And you can donate to NGOs anywhere around the world. So if I want to browse campaigns that are available, I'll just click on this button and it take me over here. I'll see all the available campaigns. Then I'll choose anyone I want to donate to. Let's say I want to donate to this campaign. I'll just wait for it to fetch the information about the campaign, and then I can proceed with my donation, or I can share it on social media network like Twitter and all that. So here you can see everything about the fundraiser, what they are using the fund for, updates from the fundraiser. Thank you for your incredible donation and all that. And donation, I think they have $200 donation and 2 people donated to them. So you can click here to share this campaign on your social media network. If I click on Twitter, I just open my Twitter and ask me to tweet it. And if I tweet it, anybody that clicks on this link, it will take them directly to this fundraiser page. They only have to connect their wallet and then make donations. All these social media, Pinterest, Telegram, WhatsApp, and all that. And if I want to make a donation, I'll just click over here, input the amount I want to donate. Let's say I want to donate $1,000. I don't have this amount. I don't have $1,000 worth of Ethereum. So it will show me that I have to have 0.8226 Ethers to make this donation. I don't have it, but so if I try to donate, it will just tell me, sorry, you do not have enough funds to make this transaction. But let's say I have up to 100. Now it tells me I need to have 0.08. I'll click on donate. You just open my MetaMask and I have to confirm the transaction. Confirm. Now successfully payment. You have successfully donated $100 to the fundraiser. So now they have $201. So if I go back and refresh, now the amount has increased to 300 because I did $100 donation. So the fundraiser has received $100 donation on their platform, on their smart contract, so they can withdraw it anytime they want and anywhere. It has increased to 301. And also you can create a fundraiser easily by going to this create page. We only need some information about the campaign you are creating. You have to input the amount. Let's say I want to raise on $1,000 for this campaign. The recipient address, I think that's where all your money will be sent to when you want to withdraw your fund. So let me copy an address from my MetaMask and paste it in here. Yes. So the campaign title, let's say paramedic. Choose category. I'll just choose any category. Let's say pollution and this. So choose the country. Let me just choose Afghanistan, and then next. Then the description, I have to input the description of what the campaign, what I'm doing. So I just copy this text over here. Let me not waste time typing something. I just choose it and paste it over here. So I just click on next. Now I have to upload the image of what I'm doing to showcase my campaign. Let me choose these 3 images. Let me choose another one. And lastly, another one. So now I have to click on next. Now I have to review the campaign. The network is Ethereum, the currency is Ether, and then fundraising goal 1,000, campaign title, paramedic, the description and the images. I will click on list campaign. And then open my MetaMask and ask me to confirm the transaction. I'll just confirm it. Then it'll take like a minute. Let's give it some time. So now the campaign has been created. It tells me, congrats, your campaign is listed. Paramedic has been listed on FundBrave. You can edit the campaign anytime. So if you go to view campaigns and then refresh, now you can be able to see your campaign down here, the campaign that you just created. And when you go inside it, you can see everything, the picture you uploaded, about the campaign and all that. And you can share the link on your social media so that people can just come in and donate to you. So yes, about the campaign, donate now, share, choose any social media platform and share it on. So $0 raised, no one has donated to them. So that's why it's like this. So that's basically how to create a campaign on FundBrave and share it on your social media. So now here is the profile page. Yeah, you can see the total donation. So I've made a total donation of $145. And then my wallet balance is 301. Yeah, that's the amount of money I have on my MetaMask. And we are trying to make everything in US dollar, not showing 0 point something Ethereum so that it doesn't confuse people. So I can, over here, I made donation. I donated $100 just now that I was presenting it. So the record is over here. So I can just request for receipt. It will show me, thank you for your donation on the goods factory, date of donation and the value I donated. And down here, I made this one when I was doing some testing the other day. And also over here, it shows you the PWAP you receive for your donation. Yeah, this is the PWAP we give people for their donation. And also active campaigns. So these are the 4 campaigns I created while doing some testing. I created this one just now and this other 3. So I can change the beneficiary by clicking over here. I'll just input the new address that I want to be receiving the funds with. And also I can withdraw my funds by clicking this button and it will send all my funds to my beneficiary. So that's basically how FundBrave works. Yeah, I'm ready to take any question you have and answer them.
Okay, thank you, Pascal, for the presentation. I have some questions got from our audience. Yeah, like how you gonna verify the fundraising agency or NGO? Like an NGO created a fund raising campaign on your platform, and at the same time some scammer came and he also created the same, he also used the same images, everything, all the details. So how you gonna verify? Like seems no check and balance. What do you think about it?
Yeah, we are thinking of adding a layer of verification. Like we have to verify you before you create a campaign, but that will be future plan. For now, we want to use Twitter verification to do it. Like if the fundraiser is verified on Twitter, we will allow them to create campaigns. And also when they share the link of their campaign on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, people can use the link to get to them easily, rather than going to FundBrave and scrolling to find a specific fundraiser. They just have to click their link on those social media platforms and it take them straight to their profile, their page, their campaign page. They only have to connect their wallet and then click on the donation and donate.
Okay, thank you. The idea is unique and wish you all the best with your project. Thanks for the presentation and thanks for your project.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. So I would like to invite our next team, Solid Wallet, and they have introduced a web-based non-custodial wallet, where you don't need to install a wallet plugin into your browser. You can just access the website and can make transactions. So I would like to invite Solid Wallet team for presenting their project.
Hi, good day.
Oh, yeah, good day. Thank you.
All right, so I should be sharing my screen right away.
Yeah, sure. You
Yeah,
can start.
1 second, please.
Is there any problem? Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
All right. Yeah. So Solid Wallet is we all know Solid Wallet is based on the philosophy that custodian wallets are not the perfect go-to for lifetime digital assets, and for the non-custodian wallets out there, addresses are on the wrong network could be used, and this could actually be resulting to loss of funds. Now, there are also installation issues, and then not having to go beyond just token balances features on these wallets. What's Solid Wallet's solution? Yeah, so Solid is a web-based non-custodian wallet application with quick and secured wallet setup, supporting fast transactional activities. And Solid delivers a full cryptocurrency management functionality, including an NFT marketplace as well. And why Solid Wallet? So these are like the features that Solid Wallet has got like over other non-custodian wallets out there. It does not require any installation. And at the same time, it works on mobile and desktop devices. The displays of token, and it displays token and total portfolio value as well. Solid also has an NFT marketplace integrated with the NFT balance alongside. And then on launch, new users they tend to get the free NFT mint from Solid. And it is also fast to set up and use, and tokens are automatically added to the wallet. So the moment you don't need to add like a token you don't need to manually add a token to the wallet. The moment it recognizes a top up on a particular token that's not showing on like the dashboard yet, it automatically adds that token to the wallet. And then we've also got a future implementation where we'll be integrating popular decentralized exchanges for easy swaps as well. And then this is the team where a team of like everything blockchain enablers, the backend developer, the front end developer, the product manager, and the product designer. Let's do a deep dive into what the demo looks like. And all right, so we head on to the URL, which is solid-wallet-layer.versal.app. And we'll be setting up a new wallet first. So we hit the create wallet. And yeah, so we hit the continue. And I would have to save these key phrases. Okay. All right, so hit the proceed button, and then I just need to input the 11th word, which is split, and then verify and complete. And so I have to pick a password. And then hit the create password, okay, and save. So we'll be waiting for these to set up. I pretty much have a slow network. And so while this is setting up, so it's automatically takes us into our dashboard. Okay, yeah. So yes, so after that, I just need to put in one more confirmation to log in, just like how MetaMask works, where on opening MetaMask, you just need to input a password to log into your dashboard to see your assets. All right, so we're logging in, and then while this is coming up, yeah, all right, so this is the dashboard where we see the balances, and these over here is where the recent activities are being shown, and we could come here. So this, we could come here, hit the send button to send out tokens. We just need to select a token and input the address and then hit the send button. We could also try the receive feature button. We could scan this QR code, which as well gives this address here, and then we could send. Yeah, so we also have the top-up feature, which will be coming soon, like as fast as possible, and then the swap feature as well. Like I earlier mentioned, that would be adding a wide varieties of like decentralized exchanges as well for easy swaps. And yeah, so we presently have this feature, the swap feature coming up like pretty soon. And so we could check the collectibles as well. So this is like I said earlier, every new user would be given a solid NFT, a free solid NFT for new users. And so we could as well check the view marketplace. We could view the marketplace and then to see other NFTs that could be bought. At the moment, these are just demo prices, but we could go on to hit the buy now. So we hit buy, and that would be added automatically to our wallets. And so, oh, okay, yeah. So I definitely would need to get some. I'd need to get some Ethereum gas, some Ethereum token faucet token from the Ethereum faucet. We need to get some Ethereum tokens to do this. And yeah, so but the moment you hit, oh, okay, yeah, all right. So the moment we hit the buy NFT, gets added to your collectibles automatically. This should be deployed on the mainnet like pretty soon. And so yeah, so that's like everything. And then we still have like other features coming up soon. And while we presently work on these to deploy to the mainnet, we'll have like other features coming pretty soon. Thank you. And questions are welcomed as well.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. And I would like to know, like, do you plan, or this wallet can be connected with some other NFT marketplaces? I know you have created your own NFT marketplace. So can it be connected to some other NFT marketplaces also? Or just with your...
Yeah, sorry, I did not get that.
I mean, can Solid Wallet be connected to some other NFT marketplaces? Like, will it be connectable in the future to some decentralized exchanges or NFT marketplaces?
Oh yes, definitely. That's also included in the future implementations as well, because we'll be making this a viral one, so it could be used on other networks as well. So we're definitely not having to we're definitely not restricting it to just a network or to a particular NFT marketplace. So we would be making that like a flexible one to be able to make use of Solid on other NFT marketplace as well.
So I am a little confused, like it is a web-based wallet. Do you plan to make it as a plugin in the future, or it will be still a web-based wallet?
Sorry, come again.
I mean, it is a web-based wallet now, and I am a little confused, like how it gonna be connected with some decentralized exchanges or NFT marketplaces. Do you plan to make it as a plugin in the future, or it would be just a web-based non-custodial wallet in the future also?
Oh yeah, so oh yes, I did get that. All right, so it would definitely be going beyond just the mobile or desktop accessibility feature, and so we'll be extending into making it an extension as well, more of a plugin as well. So we're definitely making sure every user, no matter what device is being used, gets access to using the Solid Wallet. So yes, there would be the mobile accessibility, the desktop accessibility, and at the same time, an extension for it. Yeah.
Yeah, then I think it wouldn't be just a web-based non-custodial wallet. It would be like there will be a unique feature, like it would be a web-based, but not only web-based, right?
Oh yeah, so yeah. So these are that of the extensions would be want to be implemented in the near future, but at the present, like at the moment, would just be sticking to having to make it like a web-based wallet for now. Yeah. So while we shipping other features along the line.
Okay, thank you for the presentation, and the idea is very unique. It is hard to see, like just web-based wallets. Thank you for the presentation and thank you for the project.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. So I would like to invite our next team, Dapps.to. They have developed a DAO aggregator and priority tracking platform.
Hi guys.
Yeah, you may start now.
Can you guys see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for having me today to talk about the Pass.to, a DAO aggregator, and also treasury tracking platform. So before we really dive into the Pass.to, I'd like to do a little bit intro about what we have done before we actually started the Pass.to. So our team is actually started like our own business in the late 2019. And back then we are kind of the first batch of the organization focusing on NFTs and related topics like metaverse, GameFi, etc. So yeah, we do have two brands that is more related with NFTs for the last 3 years. One is called Will Members. So Will Members is is one of the largest NFT collector DAO in the space. We started collecting in the late 2019, and now we own over 13,000 NFTs under our treasury, and with an evaluation of over $30 million under our treasury. Yeah, so we basically the third landowners of the sandbox right now, and also the second landowners for crypto wholesale, the top one holder for NBA Top Shot as well. Beside all of the metaverse collectibles, we are also collect a lot of crypto arts, including Pog, Scopy, Hada, Brandon Dow's, etc. We are kind of one of the oldest and one of the largest holder for all of the crypto arts I just mentioned. Yeah, basically, we jumped into the space pretty early, and luckily, we embraced the NFT boom in 2020 and 2021. And luckily, we grow our treasury from 1 million to 100 million in the end. So that's for the Will Members, what we have done before. And another brand that is related with what we have done before is that we also had a brand called BUIDL. So BUIDL is more like a community and research-driven social media in Asia market. As we mentioned, we focus on NFTs, metaverse, and GameFi, and any other related topics. We are lucky enough to like establish this kind of relationship with many well-known NFT projects, including the Sandbox, Animoca brands, YGG, YGC, BUIDL, Avagachi, and also Artifact before they acquired by Nike. So yeah, basically we help them to with the localization and also the strategy, especially for the Asian market, to help them grow from 0 to 1. So for the last 3 years, we have helped a lot of projects grow by collecting, by boosting, and also by the marketing side. So that's more like a Web2 way, more traditional way, right? So we are now, our status quo right now is want to help all of the DAOs, the direction that we are really bullish on, to grow, not just in a Web2 way, but also in a Web3 way. So that's how we actually have this kind of idea to study the project, the Pass.to, and how we're transforming from what we have done before to till now. So basically the Pass is is as I mentioned before, the PAS is a DAO aggregator and also treasury tracking platform. So with the PAS, a lot of like contributors or the investors, when they dive into the DAO industry, they will lost track because there are a lot of like on-chain data or off-chain data or a lot of like different functions on different platforms. As a newbie in the platform, they may not have this kind of knowledge to know which platform to look at or what kind of DAOs are solid. So with the PAS, we can firstly check what the DAO social graph, both for the on-chain and also off-chain. And the secondly, we can search the DAO ownership balance, including the fungible tokens and also the non-fungible tokens as well. And the last part that the users can find is the DAO engagement, that including the proposals, voting data, etc. So basically with the PAS, for all of the DAOs, we are helping them to build a reputation system for the DAOs to generate a clear and transparent dashboard for all of the DAO members to gain more potential users. And for the end users who are interested in DAO space, we are trying to lower the threshold for them to enter into the space. So that's the position of the PAS.2, and that's how we implement into the niche market for the whole DAO landscape. Okay. So yeah, we started the project in the late of last year, and we already have our beta version right now. And we started the operation for have now like 2 to 3 months. So we do have some of the data that already laid out on the platform. So we are now covered over 120 DAOs on the platform, over 600 million treasury on the platform. And also we featured over 8,000 artists on the platform right now. So I will share the product later with the live website. So I just gonna screen this. So as I mentioned before, we have already like started the operation for the last 2 to 3 months. We do receive a lot of like feedbacks and also love from our partners. We are now already trusted by many big DAOs, including the MakerDAO, Jenny Metaverse DAO, Whale Members, MetaGuild, RSDAO, and many other DAOs as well. So yeah, let me show you guys the product that we already laid out and is in beta test. If anybody who is interested in the PAS, we can also click the PAS.2 to test the beta version of it. So here is the homepage of the PAS.2. When you scroll down here, you can see a clear landscape of how's the data of all of the certain blockchain that's having about anything about the DAO landscape. For example, we are now already integrated with Ethereum and also Tezos. For Ethereum ecosystem, we integrated over 100 DAOs on the platform right now, and other data are shown here. So as you can see, here is a DAO rank and also the DAO rank based on the daily basis, and also distribution change alert, top collections that favored by DAO, and also the inflow and outflow of all of the DAO as well. And also here is the let me refresh the page. And here is also a list of the top artists favored by DAOs. So here is basically the social graph between the artists and also the DAOs. So every center is the DAO. So you can click in here, for example, the Poseidon DAO over here. When you click into it, you can see the basic intro, the tags, the type of the DAO. And also if you click in here, you will have a clear complete dashboard in there, and also the treasury assets they are owning right now. So beside that, everything related is like the artists, they are related to the DAO. For example, when we click here, you can see this artist information and the evaluation of their artworks, etc., and the related DAOs and the collective value, etc. So here is the rank of the artists that is favored by the DAOs. Also, we do have different metrics by value, by quantity, by DAOs, etc. So if you are interested in the DAO archive, you can click here to go to the a total database for the artist we laid out to generate a better dashboard. So you can click here. So anyway, back to the topic. So here is a DAO landscape of the whole ecosystem. And the second part is the leaderboard. So if you are a newbie to the DAO space, the thing that you would like to know is that what kind of DAOs are the best DAOs, or what kind of DAOs are most suitable for you to contribute or invest. So leaderboard will be a really good function for all of the DAO newbies or even like professional players to look at. So we do have different metrics. For example, the treasury, based on the treasury rank, based on the native token ratio rank, the blockchains, NFT vote, FT vote, and also followers, which is more like related with social info. So yeah, let's dive into one DAOs to look at what we can check from the past DAO2. So firstly, is the DAO page. That is more like a DAO overview. As you can see here, you can see the basic social links of the DAO, the tags, the type of the intro, the Twitter feed, etc. And most importantly, you can see the balance sheet. It's like a automatic balance sheet of the DAO. So here you can see the aggregations of all of the treasury addresses over here, and the history of all of the treasury assets. For example, you can have a clear understanding, okay, how's the assets going, or how's the evaluation of the assets going for the whole year for a certain DAO. So when you scroll down here, you can check the NFT vote, FT vote over here. So when you scroll down here, NFT vote, you can check the rank based on the value, and also the details that is listed in here. So here is a detailed assets Jenny Metaverse DAO is owning right now. So comparing to other DAO aggregator, the key metric for the past DAO2 is that we combine all of the NFT assets and combine all of the NFT evaluation into the treasury. So I think nobody is any questioning about the value of NFTs right now. Nobody will be questioning about the value of BUIDL apes, right? But for other DAO aggregator platform, they didn't really combine this kind of assets into the treasury. So that's the part that the past DAO2 are trying to solve, and trying to combine all of the NFT assets into the treasury to make the treasury more complete, comparing to other DAO aggregator. So here's a list of it, and when you click into the details, you can actually see a list of all of the assets and also the specific evaluation for different NFTs based on different cheats from the metadata. Yeah, you can also see like this. Yeah, and also the FT assets as well. So FT assets are more easy to check. So what kind of assets they are holding, and also we do highlight out the native token ratio. So everybody will know what kind of assets they are holding, and what kind of are they owning their own native token or something like that. So it will be another metric to value a DAO if they are solid enough or not. So this will be another metric that we will help to all of the DAO users to evaluate a DAO. Yeah, that's basically what we are offering right now. It's basically a DAO aggregator and a treasury tracking platform. We will firstly offer all of the DAO landscape data for the end users, and then we will generate a DAO profile reputation system for all of the DAOs, so they can show all of the information and the treasury balance all in one place with the pass. So that's the first stage that we are building right now. And thank you so much for the time, and thank you so much for the opportunity. And we would like to know if there is any questions about the platform.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation and introducing the great project. It has listed around more than 110 DAOs. So the main aim is just DAOs or other projects can also be listed like DeFi, Metaverse, or some other projects.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So if you look at the slogan over here, we supported NFT-centric DAOs right now, but our first target is like NFT-centric DAO. So we onboarding a lot of like NFT collector DAO, a guild, or NFT fund, etc. But we do integrating with DeFi DAOs as well. So that's the next step that we will integrate into it. So maybe like 2 weeks later, you can check all of the DeFi DAOs on here as well. So we will separate it into different categories, DeFi DAOs and NFT-centric DAOs. So everybody will have a clear understanding how is these kind of DeFi market is going and how's the NFT DAOs market going. So they can check all of the data in with the past. And if you guys are interested in to get the DAO listed, you can just click it here. So click it DAO. Yeah, you will basically have several functions we were offering, the basic data, and also we have this kind of function to help them to release their NFT passes if this function would be helpful for the DAOs. I know a lot of like DAOs have already have their own tokens, governance tokens, or they already have their own PIP collection, etc. So that's okay. We can aggregate all of the info to the platform. But if you do not have this kind of technology to do that, you can also launch this with the pass as well. So we do offer this kind of function as well. And the dashboard is for treasury. You can insert all of the treasury addresses over here, and then you can generate a clear treasury dashboard for all of the users.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And how many blockchains it is supporting now?
We are now integrating 2. So we are, we are officially like integrating to like Ethereum and Tezos. So also you can check all of the Tezos data over here.
Yeah, if you go downside, the listed DAOs, I think I can see some other projects also. Tezos, Polygon, no, not Polygon.
Yeah,
I can see Polygon also.
Yeah, that's true though. We do have some of the DAOs, they will have some of the assets from, for example, they do let me check.
Yeah, actually I have checked about it. There are 5 blockchains being supported by the platform now at current stage. So those are like Ethereum, Tezos, Polygon, Ronin, and Genesis. I think Flow also. But I see there are just like 2 blockchains. You have filtered for just 2 blockchains, Ethereum and Tezos. I think that needs to be improved. Like you need to set the filter for all the blockchains. And the other thing is how a user can verify their DAOs. Like I saw some DAOs are verified and some are not verified. So what is the procedure for that?
So the procedure is pretty easy. So for the leaderboard, you can see here we aggregated major DAOs on the platform. For example, YGG over here, they are not claimed and verified. If I just I am a member from YGG and I saw this, I want to claim this, I will just click unverify here, and I will see a page to claim my DAO. So I can have this kind of capability to edit everything in the dashboard, etc. So that will be pretty easy to do that.
Okay, yeah, I checked this one, and I found one problem. Maybe you guys are aware of that or not. I created a DAO with some company name, and I actually, if you go to main page, yeah, you can see Matrix World, I think.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I don't own that company, but just for the checking purpose, I created that, and I used my own Twitter account for verification first, and then I changed the link to their Twitter account. So they didn't, like once it got verified, I changed the link to their Twitter account, but it didn't like remove the verification link. I think you need to check with this problem, you guys. Did you
You mean
understand?
if you no, it's for example here, as you can see here, we will firstly double check if if you are not the owner of YGG, for example, you claim this kind of profile using your own Twitter account that is not like YGG, so you cannot claim this. So it's like it's a mechanism that will automatically check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am giving you an example. For example, I create the same profile like YGG. They are not verified yet, right? So first of all, I will use my personal Twitter account to get verified. Once I get verified, I will change the link to their Twitter account. So the tweet will directly come, tweet feed will directly come from their Twitter handler. So it wouldn't like the verification Bluetooth wouldn't be removed. So it would be like I belong to this DAO and this DAO is verified. Do you understand now?
Yeah, interesting. Thanks for the feedback.
You need to check this one. Yeah, I think this one is a very big one because anyone can create a fake collection and can get verified. And like even the original one, like YGG, I'm not sure if they are the real one or not. But like other one can get verified, even the real one are not. So
yeah,
that was
makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And the other one is like there are many projects which are not DAOs. I think need to maybe work on checking before listing, like check all the projects that are submitted for listing instead of directly listing, instead of like directly allow them to list on your marketplace, on your, sorry, this platform.
You mean there are some of the DAOs that are not actually a
No,
DAO?
not DAO. Like there are some projects even which are not DAOs. You can see on the platform, like some projects even are not DAOs.
Which one?
Like you can see Matrix World and I saw some other ones also, like which are not DAOs. But I think your like main focus is like DAOs, as you mentioned earlier, DAOs or some guild. But it is like a combination of each and everything. It's not like DAO aggregator. For example, I can list any category now.
I think it depends. So guild is from our perspective, the guild is definitely a DAO. So actually for a lot of like DeFi DAOs, they will have this kind of DAO structure. We will regard them as a DAO. So if they have this kind of multi-sig, they have the treasury, we will, and if and then more in if they have this kind of voting proposal, etc. So we regard them as a DAO. But you know, the platform then itself is like it's not, we don't have any threshold for that. If anybody who is interested in that and they just list all of the information themselves, they will also be listed over there. So I think it's a process. Maybe every like Web3 project will turn into a DAO eventually. So we will keep it open.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And maybe just the verification is the feedback. And yeah, thank you for the presentation and for the project.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Okay, so now I would like to invite our next project team, event management. Is a decentralized event management and booking platform.
Okay, I'll just go straight away to presenting.
Yeah, sure.
This, okay, share my screen right away. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, so I'll just go straight away. This is IVMA, the decentralized event booking and management platform. Okay, so this is our table. I'll just follow this and go straight to introduce our projects. So IVMA is an event booking and management platform where events can be created by organizers and users can easily get details of the event and book for the event by just having to connect their wallet, their MetaMask. So event management and booking is a vital point in the success of any events, such as this one, such as the event we just had now, we are just having now. Without proper management, some events end up being messy and uncoordinated. Most of the centralized event management platforms comes with the general centralized problems, such as privacy breach, messy registrations, different other problems. So event management system is an online platform that is built to enhance the creation and management of events, such as conferences, hackathons, weddings, formal parties, concerts, or conventions. The online events platform is to enable users or clients view various details about the events they want to attend and then make the bookings for the events. And with this, it's to be very easy for the users to be able to access this information, and it will help users set reminders for their schedules, the events, and then they will get an NFT tickets, which will be verifiable on chain. So understanding the problems. Privacy breach by centralized online events management platforms is some of the issues that we are trying to tackle with IVMA, because if you look at for example, some of these centralized events platforms such as Evites and other ones, you discover that some of them, they end up all the time sending you emails, maybe probably at times when you go to Google to search for certain things, you discover that you will see that Google will be showing you stuff related to events and stuff related to what you have browsed initially. So which means your data is not safe. Your data is being used for other things, for their own gain. So then number two, there are still a lot of event management which are done manually. Like there are a lot of people who are not yet still acquainted even with decentralized event platforms. So most of them just do print tickets, and then engage some people to help them sell the tickets manually, and then you maybe buy the ticket and everything. So at times most of these things make the cost challenge, which make the registration really messy, and some of the documents at times could get misplaced for the persons that have registered for this event, and the users could also possibly lose their tickets which they bought. So, and this is one of the problems we are trying to tackle with the NFT ticket, which the tickets can be verifiable online, and you can easily just have your ticket there without having to do anything. And then number three, users have to travel distances in order to book tickets at designated centers and offices, or they get to engage certain agencies to manually promote their events and ticket sales. You discover that some of these platforms, they get to maybe place their tickets in certain locations maybe if they're not able to like reach out to those places, they will just like tell people, go to this place, you'll be able to find the ticket, and then you can be able to purchase the tickets. It's so analog and it's so stressful for your users. Then number 4, users have to pay cash to book for an event, which is sometimes very inconveniencing for your customers. And this is something that is really analog when we have the blockchain and we have technologies that can make this payment very easy. Even using secondary third-party payments systems such as maybe Paystack and all name them, it's still stressful because you have to get to sign up in the platform, get the account, and then integrate their API on your platform, or integrate their API to use to make this payment, which is at times could result in loss or the exorbitant charges by events, these third-party platforms to cover their own costs. So, and then also some of them have really poor user interface and experience, so that a user cannot easily just navigate and understand where to go and what to do at which time. At times it makes the whole process really complex. So the project objective was the objective of this project was to create an MVP. Of the project idea, since the time for development was really short. So within the time frame we were given, the objective was just to build out the MVP, whereby a client can easily just create any event on the platform. Users can be able to book for these events and get their NFTs, which will serve as ticket pass for the events. You would be able to see all events created, and you'll be able to see all tickets minted by the pass. This is not just the features, because we have a whole lot of other features we plan to implement and make the project more robust and more interesting for the users. So, okay. So introducing IVMA. This is an event booking and management platform. So thus, using the blockchain technology, IVMA has been built to address all the challenges other centralized events management platform have. We don't, we as the builders of this project, we won't have access to your data, as we know how the blockchain works. Your data is yours to manage and do as you please. And we won't use your data to add VAT and sell your data to third parties to bombard you with unnecessary advertisements. So about IVMA. IVMA is a place anyone can create their event for free, and you can choose to charge for the event or make it a free event. Our users will be able to book for any event by just connecting their MetaMask wallet and choosing the specific network, which is Polygon Mumbai for now, because we are currently on, we intend to make it a multi-chain thing. So for now, it's deployed on the Polygon network. Approve the transactions and purchase the ticket. Your ticket will be automatically minted, and you will be able to see all your tickets in the My Tickets section in the platform. Then what we offer, well, with IVMA, you won't need any third-party agents for your payments. With IVMA, we are improving the efficiency of event management and making the user experience satisfying. This is because with the use of blockchain, we are eliminating the need for any third-party payment processes. Our target audience, anybody that has internet, anybody that can use, have internet and has the phone, can be able to access our platform. Our platform is intuitive and easy to use. The goal is to keep improving the user experience so that anyone can be able to utilize it. This in turn will help the blockchain ecosystem increase user adoption. And then also moving forward, we intend to keep developing IFMA and bring it up to a full-fledged tool for event planning and management. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, would you please quick or go to website directly? We don't have much time left.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. We are already done with the presentation. Sorry, I was taking so much time. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and show us the platform. Okay, so this is IFMA. This is, you can be able to connect your wallets by just going here, you connect your wallets, and then you'll be able to search for events. So we have a little guide here where you can be able to so these are some of the events that have been created on the platform already. So you'll be able to see the details of the events that have been created, and be able to buy the tickets. And okay, so you'll be able to see the different categories of events that are on the platform. And this is just so straightforward. Let me just can be able to create an event. You provide an event name. So
okay, would you please go to buy a ticket instead of creating an event?
Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'll just get here.
Please go to buy a ticket, like whose price is something like not 0. There should be some price. Yeah. Would you please buy this ticket?
Okay. So we just have to okay, so once you approve the transaction, you'll be able to so immediately your tickets will be minted and you'll be able to see the tickets on the My Ticket section, which is this.
So how are you gonna pay for the ticket?
Okay, so for now we had to, since the Polygon Mumbai testnet tokens are not really much, so we had to limit the amounts for just for testing purposes, which we made it, if you could see, it was 0.1 that was showing there. So we just had to limit the amounts while creating the events to 0.1, and then so that we can be able to transact and make the transaction go successfully. So we didn't have enough Matic to be able to make it maybe like that $20. So we had to do something on the back end to be able to make the transaction go successfully.
Okay, would you please go to search for event? Search for event function.
Okay.
Yeah.
For now, we have not implemented this yet. It's one of the features we intend to work on in the long run, because we had very limited time to put all this together within the few weeks that we were given. So for the search for event is not currently working, but we will implement this soon.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Yeah, and if you go downside, choose different categories. That is also not working. And I hope you can work on all these things.
Yes,
and thank you for the project. Sure. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. And we don't have much time left, so we'll move to the next. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. You can. Yeah. So I would like to invite our next project team now. That is Ultraverse, which is a metaverse where people can play the role of detective and suspective. So thank you, and you may start your presentation now.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's start about Ultraverse, which is a very simple game, which I made in a couple of weeks together with 2 other people. And we are currently building it a bit more out because it's much fun. You can play it in a browser, you can play it on your MetaMask app, you can play it on your phone, not on iPhone. And is a little bit of, let me show you. It's basically a metaverse where people can play the role of a detective or suspect. So you have to think about the days that you had a game like Counter-Strike, where you have the cops and the good guys and the bad guys. And as a detective, you have different kind of weapons, different kind of items. You have different kind of missions. Everyone can like purchase game items, but they're limited to at this point to pistols and katanas. But idea is to add like skins or like clothes. It's super retro. It's pixelated, using a little bit of anime, very 90s. It's an open world. The current world is really small. It's basically just to demonstrate what you can do, but it's multiplayer, it is active, it's online. And it has super easy controls if you are open it in your web browser, which I will demonstrate in a moment. You can use the WASD keys and your mouse to navigate through the game and complete missions. But if you're on your phone and you open it in a web browser or a MetaMask, you have a virtual joystick. So it's pretty versatile. So the idea is to have multilingual support, English and Chinese, and but it's a very simple game, so you don't need a lot of translations, but it's built to be easy to interact with blockchain, but you don't have to interact with blockchain. So it now supports MetaMask and Quantum and Petra Wallet. MetaMask because this is actually the standard in blockchain world. Quantum and Petra are like tryouts that I'm doing with Move on Aptos. The idea is to use these kind of extensions because people, when they're new to blockchain or when they're familiar with blockchain, they like to use familiar wallets. It's and also to keep as much as possible technology out of the project. So the game itself, even it isn't feasible to make a lot of security things inside of a game because the game is pretty complex. So it is by design. So the idea is also to have virtual items to personalize your experience. Some things are implemented, but it's pretty bare bones. It started especially for this hackathon, so not a lot of time. It has its own music. It has its very simplistic graphics, but it's pretty fun to play. And we used pretty much BNB chain. Chain IDE as a development tool, and we had a luck to use the Alibaba Cloud as an infrastructure, which was a fantastic experience as well. So let me show you. Its contract is already published, by the way. It's open source. The game itself is not open source, at least not for now, but we're considering to do curation. And its current NFTs are already on OpenSea. I'm going to make it a little bit quick because time. Let's see. So you have a little bit of delay because of the screencast, as I can see, but you can move around, you can fight. And if you are right now going to this URL, you could actually play against me right now, but you have special moves, you have jumps, and you can, I actually bought one of my own NFTs, which is pretty sad, actually. This is the default one. Oh, okay, of course, I have to connect with MetaMask. Always something goes wrong with demos. There we go. Oh, it wants to connect with my Quantum wallet, which is okay. It basically picks the wallet that you that you actively use. So there we go. Connection request. Enter. I want to play as a detective. There you see it. This is my address to verify straight from here. As you can see, it's connected, and this is also my address. So now it's a demo address and not my address. So you can run around, and now we can shoot. Let me see if I can move this. See. So you have audio, you can shoot. You can use your bare fists, and you can use a katana. And every weapon enables your own special moves. And if you would play, and I will now start from my phone. Now you're double up. Then I actually have to find myself, but that wouldn't be too hard of a problem. But it's a pretty big world. I think I'm right there. So let me find myself where I'm at my phone. Oh, also it has a full traffic system. So you can get hit by the cars. There we go. Let's see, where am I? It's I said it was a little, but it is not so little. Oh, there I am with my phone, and I'm gonna. So this is multiplayer. I can actually show it on this camera as well. So as you can see, I'm actually here on my phone. As you see the screen, you see me actually moving. But I'm gonna just stand here now. And I'm gonna try to shoot myself, which is not recommended for home. So if you're shooting, you're not like super accurate because the bullets go with the animation. So it is actually pretty hard to shoot someone, but it works. But if you use a katana, and there we go, I killed myself. And on my phone, it automatically restart as well. Oops, there we go. So it's a very simple game. It's very easy to implement and play. It's not intentioned to be super super extensive. It's basically there to yeah, for everybody, and you don't need any if you don't want to play with Web3, you don't have to play with Web3. So it's that's it. That's it. I thought I'd keep it short because everyone was like taking so much time, and I saw that everyone is like kind of waiting.
Oh, thank you for the presentation. I also checked like you can play even without Web3. You don't have MetaMask, you can play.
Yes, you can play from your browser, you can play from your phone, you can use actually various wallets. It's quite simplistic. So you don't have to understand, and even if you don't have any experience with GameFi or whatsoever, you don't have to install anything. It's just runs in your browser. The only problem I have is with iPhone, but everyone has it.
On mobile, I would like to confirm, on mobile also on browser, or do you have any Android application for this?
No. It's completely self-contained. It is because you deal with wallets and you deal with cryptocurrency, so you have to deal with security. So to get as much as possible security, it is best to keep the things out that you don't want inside of the game. For example, this is why I chose to connect with MetaMask or Pontum or Petra, wallets that actually inject code. The second thing is because if you're on Telegram, everyone is warned never to click links, right? And if you click links, you should open a sandbox. So one of the most dangerous things that you don't want to do is to ask people to install an application on their phone, and if they don't know you. And this is a very young project. You don't want anyone to say like, okay, should I download this executable? Because a lot of games do this. You don't want to do this. It's also metaverse in its own way because it is multiplayer, but it is all about having having your avatar and to personalize it. I could enable chat and all this stuff, but this is more like a metaverse where you interact mostly by killing each other.
Yeah. Yeah, as you already mentioned, yeah, much work to do, like the map is limited, and how user gonna purchase the NFTs for these Ultraverse?
Well, the NFTs, like the guns, are already on OpenSea. So they're like super cheap. They're like on floor price, but those are now on Ethereum. I actually am looking into Aptos because they're more sophisticated wallets for NFTs. If you take a look at MetaMask and you buy, for example, a nice NFT, right? Then you actually need to open a browser tab to look at it. If you look at Pontum Wallet, it has a built-in tab for it, so you can see your NFTs. And this is still this is super young project, like 2-3 weeks maximum. And in this, what you can do is select the NFT that you want to use. So there's a limitation in the game where you can only pick one gun or one sword at a time, right? But this makes the gameplay super simple. So on the NFT side, what I think that could be a possibility, or what I think that should be a possibility, but this is a very gray area, is where you start fighting with other, start shooting other players, and it would be really fun if the NFT that you have loaded up drops, right?
Okay.
That would be fun. Right, so you get the instant satisfaction. Okay, I got you. Like not stealing from someone else's wallet, but that you get an automated mint from it. Another idea about NFTs is like having looking at pro gaming, where you try to have a capture the flag kind of situation, or a battle royale, like winner takes all, and where you play. And if you have like 100 players, which is pretty easy, there are not 100 players right now. There's not even maybe 1 or 2, not even really, because there's nothing to win. But if you organize like 100 players in this arena, and let's say it's very simple in the contract to implement a prize, right, where winner takes all. So if you're the last one standing, you actually play to earn, which is, I think, something that I would like to investigate even more.
Okay, thank you, and wish you all the best for your project. Thank you for your project and for your time.
Okay, awesome. So, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Then we will move to signal.xyz.
Hi, I'm here. So all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, can hear you.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm gonna share my screen and let me know if you can see it. And I'm gonna start. Okay, you can see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, great. So hi everyone. My name is Julia and I am from the team called Signal XYZ. So very quick introduction about myself. My background, I would say machine learning engineer and founder, built machine learning technology for hedge funds, equity trading, finance area. I have PhD in machine learning. And now we're looking to apply with my team. We're looking to apply our machine learning knowledge, AI, into Web3. So Signal XYZ is all about application of machine learning into the Web3 data. So what we're building is a decentralized knowledge graph protocol. And think about it as a decentralized Google search for Web3 data. Now, so the key problem, what we're solving is that currently, if you look at the blockchain data, it's not really easily searchable, right? So if you wanted to look for information such as, hey, give me all the wallets that exchange more than 500,000 USDC on Uniswap this July or this summer, it's not really possible by just entering a few keywords, right? You can easily search for information on Google, just typing keywords, but you can't really search that kind of detail or information on blockchain, right? So this is the key problem what we are solving. And the solution for this is apply machine learning knowledge and technology. So what we're building is a a platform where we organize the data, we label the information, and we enable this information to be searchable by just simply typing simple human readable keywords. So as we say, Signal XYZ is all about making blockchain data searchable and just using keyword the same way how you type in information on Google. So if we think about the architecture in terms of the components what we're building for this project is all about building a knowledge graph. So what that means is it's a data layer where effectively we organize and aggregate information from blockchain. So we started with Ethereum specifically. We index this information, we label, we create specific labels using machine learning tools to label the information. And then we built a knowledge graph where this data is all organized and is enabling an easy access to this information. And then on top of it, we're building machine learning and natural language-based protocols and tools, how this can be easily searchable. And technically, we have two products. So one is API, where anyone, developers can access this information easily, just using our API. And the other area is a search interface where anyone, end user, myself, you guys, can simply type in keywords and just get the data what you want. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly share my other screen, and I'm going to show you a demo. Right. I hope you see my screen. Okay, so this is just a very, very quick demo just to showcase the concept of the search. So here's the API access endpoint. So for example, if I wanted to search active wallets, like any active wallets that have been recently trading on Ethereum blockchain, I can simply type the keywords, hey, give me most active wallets. And what this returns is a list of all the wallets on Ethereum blockchain now that are most active today, right? So what that means is that here is a list of wallets that we labeled most active. They do trade a lot of NFTs. They actually are millionaire because they have exchanged more than 1 million in USDC over the last couple of months. And these are like all the different contracts that they've been trading. So they obviously traded on Uniswap, GemSwap. They have all these different tokens. For example, they have CryptoPunks NFT, etc. So this gives you like a list of different wallets, right? So we started specifically making the wallets information searchable just to begin with. But obviously, this can extend to any type of data, right? So it can be beyond wallets. It can be search for contracts, search for any type of other information. But just a starting point, we're now organizing and indexing all the wallet information. So any type of other keywords. So for example, I can type in, hey, give me the landowners, right? So then this can give me a list of all the wallets that own currently land. So that would be, for example, specifically Sandbox land or Matrix World land, etc. Right? So think about it in terms of ability to analyze different wallet activity to understand what these different users are doing on chain, what kind of assets they trade, where the money is going, how the transactions are made. So that's the key purpose. And obviously applications can extend beyond that. Now we also built a a demo for visualizing this data, right? So here on another screen, you can see ability to select, for example, specific wallet. So let's say if I select even tan.eth, I can see the total amount of ETH that they currently have in the wallet. Then I can see all the labels that we created for this person. So this can be associated obviously with tokens that they own. This can be also associated with activities. So for example, if they're active trader, if they traded on DeFi protocols, anything that's interesting, right? So these labels that we populate using our own proprietary machine learning tools. And on the other side, this data can be then obviously sliced and diced in different ways, right? So it's not just about analyzing the wallets, but it also can be used for analyzing NFT collections, for example. So in this specific example, I'm showing analysis of the Bored Ape Club owners, right? So this would be like the total wallets that currently own Bored Ape Club NFT. Here would be showing information who is the biggest wallet that currently own Bored Ape Club. So for example, refund.eth is the largest, the biggest wallet, meaning like the whale that owns Bored Ape Club. Then these like ranked, owners are ranked in order based on the size of the wallet. You can see like the most active wallets. You can see also other tokens or other NFTs that these Bored Ape Club holders own. So for example, the biggest NFT that Bored Ape Club owners own is CryptoKitties, right? Obviously they own CryptoPunks. It would be like the second largest. So the key here is basically to show you an example, a glimpse how this information can be sliced and diced in different ways. Right, so this is, I don't want to go over time because I know we're already running late. I guess just a few key things to mention, because obviously thank you for organizers for organizing this great hackathon. We learned a lot over the last weeks. I think from our side, just a few things to mention. We see from Signal side, we see lots of synergies with Alibaba and UAE government as well. So for example, for Alibaba side, our tools and APIs can be used to analyze other Web3 projects, can be integrated with Alibaba Cloud. And from the government perspective, these tools can be analyzed to track other wallets, activities, Web3 projects, Web3 founders, what they're doing on chain, and understand risk profiles, understand the money flows. So opportunities for this kind of technology is limitless, depending on what kind of data, obviously, and use cases you would like to analyze. So yeah, I think I'm gonna close here. And then if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. And yeah, the idea is very unique. I see. I think there are not any, or maybe very few other projects that are doing the same kind of, or doing on work on the same idea. So I wish you
And
all
I'll
the
tell you
best.
why. I'll tell you. Thank you so much. I'll tell you why. Because there's not that many people coming from machine learning background into Web3 space, and I think that's mainly the lack of talent. That's the reason why.
Yeah, I didn't find any project like this. The idea is very unique, and wish you all the best. And thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Okay, so we will move to next project now, and that is Legacy. Is a decentralized application that prevents the permanent loss of digital assets. For example, if someone dies, so how like funds can be transferred to some of his relative.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, great then. All right, so I'll be sharing my screen, and yeah. All right, so you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
All right. So we present legacy. Legacy actually guards one's crypto assets for life. And let's do a deep dive into what legacy exactly is. Legacy is actually a decentralized app that enables the transfer of cryptocurrencies as an inheritance to next of kins to help reduce the loss of assets. We must know of Stephen Thomas, who was locked out of his crypto wallets of about $400 million due to the fact that he was no longer able to get his private keys into his crypto wallets. And then there are other cases of people having to pass on and no next of kins to get on to get their digital assets or crypto assets as an inheritance. Hence, that's why legacy is actually being created. What's our philosophy? Cryptocurrency adopters tend to lose their fortune after death or misplace their wallet passwords, secret phrases, and every other means of accessibility. And about $140 billion worth of Bitcoin, which is just a tiny fraction of Bitcoin, that's like 20% of Bitcoin, has been lost due to same private key issues. Now, with legacy, users will be able to schedule automatic transfer of cryptocurrencies to next of kin's wallets or even a secondary wallet after a period of dormancy. At the moment, what are the present use cases of legacy? It could be used as a means of inheritance of digital assets or crypto assets, to be specific. And it could also be used to retrieve assets from a misplaced wallet as well. Why now? The crypto space keeps growing every day, and with over 150 million crypto enablers as at 2021, humans get carefree about having to store their private keys and hence losing millions of dollars of crypto yearly. We could see the market size is a huge one, and our solution will widely accepted like everywhere. So these are the present competitors, although we've got like quite an alternative method to solving this issue, which is like very feasible, like Vault 12, Person, and Inherit tokens. I think for Vault 12 and Person, they tend to, in a way, have a database of your private keys, and which is definitely not what we're doing. So this is the competitive advantage where legacy does not store your key phrase. Legacy makes it a connected chain of transfer, so your crypto assets are safe for life, and then your tokens only get transferred on your set commands. Now, using legacy is very easy, where you just need to get on legacy, hit the connect wallet, and then after connecting your wallet, you get on the front page where you need to fill your next of kin's information. And then after filling your next of kin's information, the next thing you need to do is to select the tokens in which you'd want transferred after the set check-in interval as elapses or after a period of dormancy, which shows inaccessibility to the wallet. Now, after then, you get to pick the check-in interval in which you would want to log in. So if you select, if you have to put in 120 days, it means you'd need to log on once in, I think that's 4 months here to show that you still have access to the wallet. And then voila, that's all. Now let's see the business model. Yeah, legacy will be free to use, although services like changing the check-in interval, adding multiple hairs, and receiving notifications and others will be paid for. And we've also got the marketing strategy, Web3 partnerships, where persons are reaching out to us already as regards having to partner with us, and we'll be using the blog posts, email content marketing as well, search engines, and social media platforms. And this is the team. We've as well got future implementations where we'll be implementing multiple inheritance and having to select each percentage for each hair, and then verification of URLs and emails as well, implementing the transfer of DevOps rights using cryptocurrencies, and the schedule of recurring cryptocurrency transfers, as well as implementation of NFT inheritance. Let's do a deep dive into what the demo looks like. So we'd head on to legacy-tau.vassal.app, and then so we'd hit the connect button, okay, and we'd come here to hit the get started button. Now, this takes us to the next page where we need to fill our next of kin's information or our secondary wallet information. And so I could, this is name, next of kin's name. And then next of kin's wallet address. So I could pick, pick this address and impute it here. And then check-in interval. So in 90 days, I need to log on to hit the check-in button once in every 90 days, just so it shows that I still have access to this wallet. And so I hit the secure now, and I'll have to sign the transaction next. Confirm button. And oh, okay. Sorry, 1 second. I need to, okay, I'm on the, all right. So I'll be reloading this page again, and then fill this. Hit this, and then I'm using 90 days. So hit the secure now. We need to be on the Mumbai network and then have some Matic test tokens. Okay, this has got to be an issue. Sorry, refreshing. Okay, hit the get started. Okay. All right, so I think the previous issue might be gas fee problem. Yeah, so and hit the secure now, and then hit the confirm. Oh, okay, so that's definitely gas fee issue. Yeah, so it takes us to the next page where we'll be seeing a list of tokens in which I have, and then okay, so I'll just be selecting the area USD token, and yeah, for this is the token I would want to transfer to my next of kin after inaccessibility to my wallets. And so you can see the USD successfully selected, and then hit the proceed. It shows confirm selected token, and then I'll hit the proceed button. Now, I'd have to sign this transaction, and okay, I think I just saw the error, but okay, I hit the confirm button. Okay, so that's all right. I hit the proceed again, and then hit this. All right, so all right, it takes us to the profile page, and then this shows my next of kin's name, which is Victor, and then this is my next of kin's wallet, and then it shows the check-in interval is for 90 days, so I need to be logged in once in every 90 days to show that I still have accessibility to the wallet. And so the last thing is today. So the moment I connect wallet and then I get on my dashboard, I always need to hit the check-in button to show that I still have accessibility to my wallet. And so I could go to the add tokens, and then this brings out other tokens in which I haven't added yet. And so I could come here and then view already selected tokens, and then we could see the RUSD has been selected to be transferred to my next of kin after the period of dormancy elapses. But since this is just me having to show a demo, we definitely cannot wait for like the 90 days check-in interval to elapse. So we'll just come on the smart contracts created for these to check how this actually functions. And so we'll hit the connect to Web3 wallets, and then I connect these and hit next to connect. Yeah, so the wallet is being connected, and so I just set it to 5 seconds. So check-in intervals imputed on the dashboard or on the front end side in days gets converted into seconds on the smart contract. So I'll be using 5 seconds here, and then just to be clear on how it works, we can see we have 5,000 RUSD here. So we just hit the right, and then this pops up for me to sign, and then I'll hit the confirm button. Now, we would definitely just have to wait for like a few seconds and then get to see the updates on our wallets. So we've as well got like the business side of, we have all that like settled, as well as the technical side for these. And okay.
I am sorry, we are getting out of time. We are already late. Yeah. And
all right. So all right, so this is me interacting with the smart contract, and we can see I set it to 5 seconds, and then we can see our tokens has been transferred, which is 5,000 RUSD. And then just to be sure, we could check the other accounts, and then we could see it was being transferred here. This had an initial balance of 10 RUSD, and so this is exactly what happens the moment a user uses Legacy, adds their tokens that needs to be transferred to a next of kin or secondary wallet. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Yeah,
you're welcome.
And the idea is unique, and yeah, we don't have any question. As we don't have much time left, so we'll move to next project. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah, so I would like to invite now the Cyber High team.
Okay.
Yeah, please quickly finish the project. Other teams might be waiting. We are getting out of time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Hi, everyone. Very glad to join demo show today. First of all, the CyberHigh project is a token gating Web3 community platform where you can find like-minded people build your own fan club. Secondly, our platform will build an open social network, allowing other people to run their own server. I will first introduce the overall architecture and the main features of the project, and then do the demo show. This is the architecture diagram of our network, which mainly consists of 4 parts. The first one is CyberHigh node, CyberHigh standard node. A standard CyberHigh node provides basic functions for social needs, such as login, friends, group chat, channel, avatar, settings, and so on. In addition to use our CyberHigh server node, others can also run their own node. For example, Alice can run her own node. The second part is CyberHigh middleware. In addition to basic social functions, we will provide social middleware services to provide distributed storage, audio and video, token gating and exchange, and so on. We use middleware to add all kinds of capabilities to CyberHigh node. And it is also a bridge between our CyberHigh and other outstanding projects in the blockchain world, such as CyberConnect, DSO, and Swipe. The third part is Cybermetrics. When a standard node has started, it will register to the Cybermetrics network, and the Cybermetrics network will assign a network number to the node. So all nodes are connected with Cybermetrics. The message storage, forwarding, and routing are all implemented by Cybermetrics network. The Cybermetrics network is responsible for interconnection between different nodes. The third part is smart composable message. Besides common messages such as text, pictures, and audio, we will also focus on smart composable message in the future. That means the message itself not only contains the data itself, but also contains business logic. For example, we can send the smart composable message to our middleware by 1 BTC when the price of BTC is $15,000. We can do airdrop to all those who hold the app. The above 4 parts is our total goal. Our current work is mainly focused on the CyberHigh standard load itself. Next, I will show you some basic function of the standard load. We visit our website, launch Dapps. When we come in, the first one is welcome page. Now the welcome page is a basic setting entry. And in the future, the home page will be used for platform and community promotion. Let's say a standard community. It's very similar to Discord. We have text channel, voice channel, and other. We will add article channel. The main difference between our CyberHigh and the Discord is what we built in. We have a built-in token gating setting. For example, we can set NFT requirement for my VIP channel. We have one single. We have a specific menu for token setting to protect group and communication. We also add account binding. Multi accounts can be bound together. This is a convenient tool for operators managing their community. We also have the basic feature for video and voice. Have basic friends, notes, basic chat. From the bottom view, CyberHigh is building a Web3 communication network with smart composable message support, which can improve communication efficiency and work efficiency. In fact, we want to build an open social network for multitask and high effective people. We will add smart composable message support here and here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation, and the project is great. Yeah, there are some improvements that can be made into your project. Some are like small mistakes. There is much to do now, and what you have done is amazing. Thank you for joining the competition and for your presentation. So now we will move to our next and last project. And thank you for, sorry for being late. So now I would like to invite Prada. They have introduced a programming language.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Yeah. Do we have Prada team with us? Prada. Parallel, relay, and execution distributed architecture.
So hi there, and we're very glad to have the chance here to present your project PRIDA Smart Contract Language. So I'll start by introducing you what PRIDA is and why we do it. Then there will be a live demo of programming and running smart contracts written in PRIDA using the toolchain we've developed. And last, I'll cover what our current progress is and what our plans are to do in the future. So PRIDA stands for Parallel Relay Execution Distributed Architecture. So from the name, you might already kind of guess that it is targeting sharding blockchains with parallel execution architecture, and this is exactly what it does. We believe that large-scale distributed parallel systems are the future for blockchain, just like how multi-core processors changed the traditional sequential programs and MapReduce changed big data. We aim to develop some language that can utilize the distributed architecture of sharding blockchains to enable users to write high-performance contract efficiently. The two key features of our model is programmable sharding scheme and related transaction execution. I'll cover them shortly. So imagine a sharding blockchain. Whatever its architecture is, whether synchronous sharding, where all shards generate a new block simultaneously, or asynchronous sharding, where each shard generates new blocks at its own pace, or if we extend to multiple chains, it could even be cross-chain bridging or with a relay chain. In all these scenarios, the main challenge is to transfer data and relay execution across the shards or chains while maintaining data consistency and atomicity. There has been discussion on how such sharding should be designed and whether to have data-only shards or allow each shard to execute contract code as well. So in our model, we introduce specific language features to allow developers to control this on their own. This flexibility grants our model maximum compatibility with various sharding architectures and designs. So the first key feature of our architecture is the programming sharding scheme of the state model. In a non-sharding state model, as most smart contracts languages today are, the state of a contract is a large chunk of data, which is duplicated across all full nodes. While this makes contract execution easy because all data are always accessible, it makes distributed parallel execution impossible because there would be read-write conflicts. So in our PRIDA model, we want the developer to be able to specify how data are split across the shards and how they are accessed. There's the global state, which has one copy globally, shard state that has one copy per shard, and address state, which has one copy each address. When defining a state variable, the developer can assign which state it belongs to. So for example, the balance of token should be an address state because each address has its own balance, while the counted total vote in a ballot contract should be a global state because it's some aggregated data across all states. So similarly, the function of a contract can also be defined in the global shard or in the global or shard per shard or address scope to work with the corresponding state variables. The other key feature of our model is the related execution. Since no state of a contract is sharded and not accessible all at a time in a single shard, the execution of the contract logic would sometimes be impossible to be all done at once and must be relayed across shards. For example, in the figure showed here, a transaction has to be split into two parts to be executed in two shards respectively to complete the whole execution. To tackle this, we introduce a grammar called relay call so that the developer has control over when and how to pass data and execution across the shards. So all the above introduction might sound a bit abstract. So now I will show a live demo, which might be a bit more concrete for you to understand how our model works. So this is what you get when you install the package that we included in our submission. It's a VS Code plugin for our language and also includes some sample contracts. So here are the examples in our sample directory. And here you see the plugin for our PRIDA language preview toolchain. Well, it's still in early stage, so let's call it a preview chain, toolchain. And so I'll start by showing you a very simple contract. So this is basically the transfer. So each user has a balance. So here they can assign an address modifier so that we know it's a balance for per address. So each address has a copy of this state variable. And then there's the transfer function. So in a traditional non-sharded state model, this balance state of all addresses are always accessible. So you can write a very simple transfer function, just subtract amount from the current address and add it to the to address. But now with a sharding model, the balance of each address might not be always accessible in the same shard. So the user the developer has to write something called relay. So that the first step is to subtract the amount from the current balance of the current address, and then relay this amount to the target address, which is 2, the address 2 passed to transfer, and then it will be added to the balance there. And that's the execution. So this relay keyword will be processed by our compiler and generate into something that's executed separately after the first part is executed. So now let's see what will happen if we run it. So we also have included a visualization tool in this tool chain. So when we can trace a transaction, which will tell you like, okay, so this is the original one, this transfer token, which is this function when it's called. And then it will be executed in this SHA-1. There are a total of 4. And then the target will be a SHA-3. So the to address is in SHA-3. So that's a relay transaction in SHA-3. So these two parts together finishes this transfer function. And when you hover over your mouse here, you can see that this is the to address and the amount that's the parameters passed to. And this is the amount that's passed to the relay function. So here it's transferring 125,700 tokens. And then here we have the visualization tool here for the the balance of the two addresses. And then you get here it's subtracted and this is added to the balance. So when we execute it, actually it's executing this script, which first is giving like 1 billion token for each address and then generating a transfer. So this is our test script format, which has its own grammar and the formats. So here we trace the transaction and showing the address of showing the state of the addresses and some profiling, which is showed down here, like how many shards are there, how many transactions are each shard, and the TPS overall. So this is a very simple example. So now we will go into something a bit more complicated. So that's the ballot contract, which is also included in our package. And I'll skip most of it. So first, I'll just imagine in a traditional non-sharded state model. So each address has its vote. And then when the vote is done, the administrator can call it. And then it collects all the votes and then add it to the total. And that's it. But in a sharded blockchain, it's not that straightforward because all the votes from each user is distributed all over all shards. So there must be some relay transactions happening across all the shards to collect everything. So what we do is here is the finalize function. The voting is relatively simple, so I'll just skip it because we're running out of time. And then the finalize function is where we collect all the votes. So we first relay it to global, and then it will broadcast to all the shards, telling them, okay, now the vote is ending, so I want to collect all the votes. Then each shard then sends the number of votes in its own data to the global. And then the global will again sum them all up, and then to find the winner. So if we run it, let's say I'm running it with arguments, count 1,000, that means we want to have 1,000 address to vote. It takes a little bit of time. And now we have this summary. And this summary, we skipped the first part. And this is the finalize transaction. So you can see that the first is the initiator. That's the administrator of the vote. And then it will goes to global and then broadcast to all shards telling them, okay, I want to collect the votes. And then it will relay again to the global shard. You'll see this is the shard. So this is from shard 1, it goes to global, it collects these votes from the first shard, from these votes, from the second shard, from the third, and from the fourth. That's when it's done. It will have the state stored in the global state. And now here I'm trying to visualize the global shard, which is the global state. So here you'll see that's the proposals. We have Spring, Yarn, and Combat, and that's the total weight that we have collected. And since Combat has the most, a little bit more than Yarn, and we have Combat as the winner. And if you check the profiling, the output here, we are actually outputting like how many votes we are collecting from here. This exactly is the number you see here from the 4 shards. And at last, from this live demo, I'll show a little bit more because I'm always showing with this 4 shards. We will see our chain simulator here has extra option, command line option that can change the order of shard. When we change it to 4, it means it's 4 to the power of 2. That's 16 shards. And let's see what happens here when we run it again with sharding order of 4. So everything is the same, but here if we check trace the last finalized transaction, we will see that it's actually broadcasting to all 16 shards and it's collecting votes from all the shards. And but that's basically the only difference. So that shows how our model is a bit scalable. So when if a blockchain that wants to dynamically grow the sharding size, the developer of contracts doesn't have to do anything. That's the same contract. You'll see we only change the chain simulator parameter. When you have 16 shards, it's 4 shards. The developer doesn't have to care about that. We also have some special grammars that can support dynamic shard scale out on the fly, but due to the limited time, I'm not going to show here. So that's the part of the live demo. So at the end, I would like to summarize my presentation with our current progress and what we want to do in the future. So our current progress, which are all actually included in our submission, is the language specification, a compiler for the PRIDA language, and an execution engine, a chain simulator, which runs all the contracts and simulate the block generation or transactions. And then this is the Visual Studio Code plugin you have just seen. All the above tools are cross-platform, which means it's on all the desktops like Linux, macOS, and Windows, and all comes with documentation. And we have included the link to our code repository in our submission, but you can also, I'll also show it here, so anyone interested can also see it. And then last, so our future plans. So because this hackathon is we have a bit limited of time, we have still lots of things we want to do. And the first thing is to develop more language features, So the first one is user-defined sharding scheme. As I described above, we have the global state, the shard state, and the address state. And we want to, in the future, enable users to define own scope. For example, why do we have a FC variable 1 copy per address? Why don't we have 1 copy per hash or per 32-bit integer or whatever? So that would give the developer more flexibility for different needs. And the second we want to do is upgradable contracts, so that once a contract is developed, they can still upgrade that by adding more features to it or changing some changing some logic before it's finalized. And we will also implement multiple VM targets. Like currently, we are compiling our PRIDA language to native code on all these platforms. But we have already worked on a WebAssembly target, which is already done and will be pushed to the open source repository soon. And we also plan to do Ethereum virtual machine target, and we already have it work in progress, but still need some time to get it done. And as the next step, we also want to integrate our language to real chains on the market, like different sharding blockchains, and see how it performs there. So that's all for my presentation, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, so now I would like to invite Mr. Daniel from Alibaba, who is the general manager of the Middle East, Turkey, Africa, Alibaba Cloud Intelligence. So thank you, Mr. Daniel, for joining us. And thank you for all the support from Alibaba side.
Okay, thanks a lot. So, and dear all Web3 builders. So I'm Daniel, General Manager of the Alibaba Cloud in MENA region. So now we are come to the most exciting party, okay, our alliance. Okay, the first Meta Web3 Builders Competition Awards. So, Ali, so some document sharing?
Okay. Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so now the first award is called the Featured Award. Okay, then goes to 2 projects. The first one is the Mimi book. Okay, and Meetopia. So congratulations. Okay, each project will get $2,000 and NFT certification. Okay, now we come to the next one. Next is the Browser Award. There goes to 3 projects. The Gantt project are PRIDA smart contract language. Even and they cannot finish the presentation, okay? The second one is Ivama. The third one is Signal XYZ. Congratulations. Each project team will get $1,000 and NFT certification. let's contribute to and congratulations to this project. Next is the City of Award. It goes to two projects. The first one is the Next ID. Second is an Archversa. Congratulations. Each project will get $3,000 and NFT certification. Okay, the last but not least, okay, the Golden Award. Only one project gains this award. The award goes to the Pass. Congratulations to the Pass, okay, project. The bonus to this project will be $5,000 and NFT certification. Congratulations, okay, and to the Pass. Okay, so congratulations for all these and the winners. So this is the first time Alibaba Cloud joined with the Chain ID and NetJump to organize this and Web3 Builders Competition in Meta. Without the honest speaker sharing and insight and contribution, we cannot make it a success. Here, I'd like to sincerely thank for all the speakers worldwide to support these activities. In the end, thank you again, okay, for the participation. And your project are so amazing and innovative. All projects will get participation certification and welcome to contract Alibaba Cloud to build the Web3 world together. Thanks for our honest sponsor and strategy partners, Chain ID and NetJump. We are looking forward to the next competition in 2023. Happy New Year to all the audience in advance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel, and many congratulations to all the winners. And for those who didn't win, we have some special award designed for them, and we will send them later. And I would like to make it clear once again, we don't provide any financial advice. All of our events are only for technology and innovation purpose. So I think that is the end of today's agenda, and we will keep holding this kind of events in the future also. Follow us on our media channels, on our Twitter, on our Discord. You are already, I believe, all of you are in our Telegram channels. Many congratulations. Have a nice day, evening or night, wherever you are. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for your amazing projects.